How y'all doing? Hope you guys had a great week. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me thumbs up, please. If you can hear me, if you can see me, if all is well. Hi. Hi. Okay. Vanessa, Terrell. Hi, Terrell. Betty, Layla, Joshua. Thank you, Joshua. Hi, baby. Baby said hi. All right, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a wonderful week. I'm gonna jump right on into it. Let me just do another little disclaimer because the topic I'm going to discuss on today. I wanna first of all I wanted to see if I can get somebody on standby. Okay, topic I want to discuss on today. I want to just say first off, this topic that I'm going to discuss. I don't mean no harm. I don't mean to. I'm not saying that all are like this. I'm not saying that I'm not bashing the church. I'm not bashing ministry. I'm not bashing clergy or anything like that. I'm just telling you about my experience. And I've been in this industry for over 11 years. And so that means I have a lot of experience. I've been on a lot of services. I've dealt with a lot of preachers, a lot of clergy, a lot of ministers, pastors, saints, and friends. So I do know a little bit of what I speak of. So with all that being said, let's jump right into it. I want to talk about my clergy as it pertains to these services. You guys, I've had my fair share of dealing with pastors, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat this at all. I I love I love the Lord. I love church, love ministry, especially when it's authentic. You know what I mean? When you can feel the power of the Lord, you can feel the anointing. You know that person may not be, not perfect. That pastor, that leader, we're not supposed to look at them as being perfect because they're not. They're human beings, just like you and me. They're human beings, so we can't look at that. But that person might be striving, and that to me, you see the heart of the person. You see that person is really striving to live for the Lord. Then I can accept the flaws that come along with that. You know what I mean? Because there are going to be some flaws. You're not perfect, so there's going to be some flaws. But I'm going to talk about the ministers that I've come in contact with doing a lot of services. In the beginning, in my younger days. Let me stop. I used to, I was a little cute. And I'm not kidding, y'all. I'm not exaggerating. I I would get hit on by a lot of ministers. And it did something to me in the beginning because of the fact that a lot of them, of course, were married. And I knew that. And I felt bad for their wives, the first ladies, because they man hitting on me, you know what I mean? And it put a bad taste in my mouth because I grew up in a church, you guys. I grew up in a church. That's all I knew was church. They used to call me and my cousin church girl. Me and my cousin are a year apart, so we went to school together. And so they used to always call us church girls. I used to hate that. I used to try my hardest to try to, practice how to cuss and everything up in the mirror. They used to still tell me I didn't sound right. And they used to burn me up. But I tried my hardest to, get away from that church girl stigma. I didn't want that. I didn't want that on me. But I was a church girl. That's all I knew was church. We went to church. We went to revivals. We went to shut-ins. We did all of that all the time. My weekends were filled with church. My family is full of pastors, ministers, deacons, all. So it drove me nuts as a kid because that's all I knew was church. And people be talking about their weekend, what they did on Saturday, what they did on Sunday. And they asked me, and I'm like, I went to church. You went to church on Saturday too? Yes, they had a little revival, tent revival, whatever. And then Sunday we in church day and night. No joke. So I hated it, but that's all I knew. In the summertime, we didn't go on family vacations. We went to church conventions. That's what we did. That's what I know. I didn't go to Hawaii or to the beach or no. Our vacation was spent in Alabama at a youth convention, or in Northern California at a youth convention, or Washington at a youth convention, or a ministers convention, or a Sunday school convention, or you name it. We was at a convention, and that was considered our vacation. So all I know is church. I'm just giving you that little tidbit so you know that I know pastors, ministers, and I grew up respecting them. I looked up to, I admired my pastor that I knew since I was 9, 10 years old. I admired, looked up to them. And when I got older and was able to see that they were human, it put a bad taste in my mouth because I had a very bad experience with them, with my pastor and first lady that I grew up with, that I used to spend a night at their house because their daughter and I were good friends. So when I got older and I had a bad altercation with them, I was like, whoa. Well, it was more of them than me, because I was just like, I'm not going to disrespect them. This is people that I admire and respect, yeah. So when people fall off their pedestal that we put them on, it's not their fault that we put them on this high pedestal. But for me as a kid, I didn't know. I didn't know. All I knew is my pastor was this, my pastor was that. Then when I saw that he was human, it hurt. So I'm saying this to say about these ministers that I come in contact with, sweetie, be quiet. That these ministers that I come in contact with, I understand now more so than ever that they're human. So when I get hit on, or when I pull up with the loved one and they're asking me for a check before I can even roll them into their doors, it happens. It happens. Or when we pull up and they're telling us that they're gonna need more time. No. They're telling us that there's a balance that's due, and they're telling us that the pastor and them they're gonna take care of it, but then they don't. They're pulling me to the side and trying to play let's make a deal. It happens. It happens. But what really happens more than often, these pastors, oh, they be lying, y'all. And I'm gonna use comedy for this because it's kind of funny. It ain't at the time, because me and John, we don't be laughing at the time that they be lying. But I'm gonna give you a scenario. We go to the church all the time. Me and John, we always tell the pastor, and I always, for the most part, I tell John to do it because especially if it's a male pastor, a lot of times they don't like to deal with females. So, and that's being real. Y'all probably thinking, really? Yeah, honestly, they kind of dismiss me, and they'll talk to John, and John will let them know quickly, oh, wait a minute, no, she's the boss. You need to talk to her. And I respect that so much out of John. I respect that because John is like, John is way older than me, and he looks at me and that he respects my position. And so I appreciate that about him. But I let him say, no, you go ahead and talk to him. Go ahead and communicate with him. It's all right with me. But we let them know ahead of time. Listen, the family has this amount of time. They need to be out of here at this time. Oh, no problem. Oh, no, it's going to be less than that. Oh, no. I know now when people say that, yeah, it's not. It's gonna be a problem. Yeah, more often than usual, it's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna give you two examples. Just last week, we had a service on Thursday and Friday. The service on Thursday, the clergy, it was a woman, and we let her know, you know, the time, and she, oh, okay, no problem, no problem. And it got to be around, because they had till 12:30, so it got to be around a little after 12, and John was like, Miss Ray, it's still a long line for remarks. And I said, no, let's give her a minute. I know she know. We talked to her, so give her a minute. She gonna cut them off. She gonna have to. Y'all, she didn't cut them off. She kept saying, oh no, come on, come on. I was like, so I said, okay, yeah, John, just can you remind her? Mind you, you guys, on the wall of the church, big old church, nice church, had this big old red digital clock on the wall. Digital. Red. The numbers were in red. So you can't help but see the time, right? Not Not only that, the family only had until a certain time to get out of the church because they had a repast going on in that church as well. So not only are we trying to keep time because you got to be cognizant of our time as well. You know what I mean? We have other services, we have other things that we have to do. But at the same time, we're trying to keep the family on time because why? We're trying to save them from having to go into overtime. We're trying to save them from being able to, I mean, you have to have time for your repast. You can't let everybody and their mama and their daddy and their cousins and everybody talk during the remarks, and you run into overtime. They got to pay for overtime with the limos or with the escorts or with the whatever. Got to keep the family on time. And the ministers are supposed to do that. They're supposed to keep the flow of the service and keep it in a timely manner. So, you guys, it was a lot of people saying remarks, which was fine if they had the time. They did not have the time to. And not only that, you 2 minutes. No, people were saying speeches up there. I was like, oh my God, like, hello, it's been like 10 minutes. He's still talking. So John, he cracked me up because he be talking about folk the whole time, but he be like, Miss Ray, and I'm like, I know, John, I know, Miss Ray. I said, fine. Can you just go ahead and remind her of the time? Please let her know. And so he goes up there and he lets her know, right? She still continues to let more people talk. Then she gets up and she goes, yeah, I've been told that we're running out of time. By this time, you guys, it's almost 12:30. I've been told that we're running out of time. But let's see what God says. Me and John both looked at each other and we like, really? Really? And so everybody saw that John went up there and said something to her. You know what I mean? So that means the mortuary is rushing now. That's what they do. I'm telling you guys, these pastors, they do that. These clergy, they do that. I'm not saying all of them do, but it's a lot of them that do it. And they throw it back on the mortuary, and it's so upsetting because it's like, we gave you a time frame. We told you the time frame. You were supposed to keep in with that. You're the one that's keeping with the flow of the service. So whose fault is it that you're running out of time? It's not our fault. But they always make it our fault. But then not only did she say that, but she went on to preach. John just looked, Miss Ray, and I just wasn't even looking. I said, I know. I said, I did have somewhere I had to other loved ones I had to go take care of that day. But I said, I'm not gonna rush them. It's okay. I said, but what's gonna happen is they're not gonna get to enjoy their repast. And that's not our fault. So then the next day, we had a service that was 2 hours away from here. So me and John had to leave here at 7:30 in the morning. Around 7:30 in the morning to be at this service that was 2 hours away. And he let the pastor know they have until 12:30. And he goes, no, I was told that we have till 1 o'clock. That's what the minister said. So I called Miss Beverly because I was like, there's always her cases. Always. Did you tell this family that they had till 1 o'clock? She said, no, I did not. And I said, you know what? I'm not even going to trip because you guys, I've talked about this before. We had an issue with the permit. The permit was not issued the night before. So it wasn't issued until the next day. And we left before that office even opened. So I had to take a portable printer with me so that I can print out the permit once it was issued. Because no permit, no cemetery. So I had to make sure that got taken care of before we were able to go to the cemetery. So I was like, you know what, John? Because we don't have the permit yet, go ahead and give them till 1 o'clock. It's fine, whichever. But mind you, we 2 hours away. So we got a 2-hour drive to come back to LA. And it's traffic on a Friday. So he was not happy. He wasn't happy, but he always respects what I say. So thank God for John. He goes, he lets him know, okay, fine, 1 o'clock. That's fine, whatever. You guys, I kid you not. Now, got the permit done, got it printed out. Mind you, it was a little scenario with that too. I had the portable printer, y'all, and I don't know where I thought the paper was gonna come out of, but we didn't have no paper. No paper. So John had to go business to business looking for some paper. So that was a long story too. But anyways, we got it done, got the permit done. I kid you not, 12:47. 12:47. We stand. I said, we're gonna have to stand. He's still hooping. Who he hooping to? It's a full house. But wasn't nobody saying nothing back. Can I get an amen? I wish I had the cricket noise, because that's what it was. Crickets. It was crickets. I wish I could. I wish I was preaching to somebody in here, and I'm like, but you not. They not listening. They ready to go. So 12:47, we stand up. We stand in the aisle. People at funerals know what that means. They know the morticians is okay. The morticians, they standing in the aisle. That means he got to wrap it up, right? He gonna act like he didn't see us standing there, right? John said, Miss Ray. I said, just wait. Just wait. Because John don't know how to whisper, y'all. We standing up in the aisle. And he, Miss Ray. I'm like, just wait. You know, I'm like, you don't know how to whisper. Can you not do that, please? And so he giving me these faces. And I said, just wait. So finally, he acknowledges that we're standing there. And he goes, oh, so I guess, so the morticians are ready. So this is why I told my wife that when I go, you need to make sure that they make time for the preaching. John looked at me, and we're standing in the aisle, y'all. John is not discreet at all. He don't know how to be discreet. I know John. And I started laughing. I couldn't even hold it because it was funny. I'm like, you the one was in control of the time. We even gave you an extra half hour. And then you gonna blast us like that. Oh, you okay? Oh, take her to my mom, please. Sorry, my baby crying. Sorry. But yeah. She want me to hold her. She fell off the chair, but she didn't fall hard. It was just because I said, are you okay? And I made it worse. Anyway, so y'all feel what I'm saying? I mean, we're not trying to rush people or rush the service or anything like that. But y'all have to be mindful. I'm sorry if I'm talking to my pastors and my clergy out there. I need y'all to hear me, please. Y'all have to be mindful of the time and the fact that this is a business. This is a business. I hate to say it. This is not church. We are not a church ministry. This is a business. If we say that the time is an hour and a half, then you have to keep within that hour and a half. Because I kid you not, if you go over to certain places like Faithful Central, they tell you an hour and a half, you're going to be out of there an hour and a half. You're going to respect that. So I don't understand why. Or even at the cemetery, they don't even give you that long. They may give you an hour. They may give you an hour and a half. They may give you an hour and a half. But you're going to respect that. And you're going to be out of there. But for some reason, when it comes to the mortuary, people feel like they can get over on the mortuary. And I know I'm talking to somebody out there. I know somebody is feeling me and understanding and amen in me. I need an offering. If you want to give me an offering, it's all good. I'd accept it. But I'm telling you, for the mortuary, they treat the mortuary like they treat the church. And that's a fact. That's a fact. People feel like they can get over on the church. They feel like they can get over on the mortuary as well. But you can't take that mess on over to Inglewood Park Cemetery. They're going to put you out. And they ain't going to have no qualms about it. And the family is going to respect that. They may get out of hand a little bit, but they're not going to show their behinds like they would for us. Or, forget that, they're going to blame us because we got to be there. We got to control, still, even on the cemetery grounds, we have to control the service. So they're going to be looking at us. Oh, the mortuary. No, sweetie, you at the cemetery. We don't have no control over their hours, their time, or anything like that. But yes, they will fault us for it. Been there. But I'm just saying, pastors, clergy, ministers, y'all need to be mindful of the time. I get it. I get that the Lord gave you a word the night before, and if you don't get a chance to do it, that's not our fault. It's not our fault if you don't get a chance to say the word. Maybe it's not my fault. But be mindful of the time. If you are officiating, that means you are the MC per se. You are MCing. That means you're in control of the flow of the service. So you keep within that time. You know you need at least 20 minutes for your sermon. Then you need to make sure that these people talk 1 minute, 2 minutes. Ring that bell. Oh, okay, sorry, sweetie. No, the line. Nope, it stops at this person. That's it. Control it. Control it. Don't put it on us if you don't have the time that you need to say the word that you were given. That's another that's another subject. That's another subject. Anyways, let's see what the saints are saying. I can't. Nope, I can't. Somebody calling me. Okay. What y'all saying in here? I've seen the family actually get upset after the directors approached the pastor. The family leaned over in the director's ear. Next thing I see, the family and the loved one was out. Wow. That's what I'm saying. They get mad at us, and it's not right because we let them know in the counseling session too. You have an hour and a half for your service. You have an hour and a half. Now you have the option to pay for additional time if you're going to need additional time. But guess what? They feel like, oh no, we're not going to need additional. They just feel like, oh, when we get to that day, they're going to let us. They're going to give us more time. No, you have that time. That's it. Now, we can't do anything if the pastor did what she did last week. She, preached anyway, past the time. And, we still had a parting view. Now, we could be messed up and say, I'm sorry, you ran out of time. You don't have no parting view. But then who looks bad in that situation? We do. So, no, of course we're not going to do that. Of course not. But it's so beyond disrespectful for ministers to not follow the time and not feel like they have to follow the time. Now, I could see if the clergy said, okay, you know what? We're running over time. How much extra is it going to be? So that way we can make sure that you guys could take care of the overtime. I can respect that. But don't put it on us, because what's going to happen is the family going to be upset that they done ran into overtime and now they're being charged more money for the limos and escorts and this and that. Not my fault. Not my fault. But it happens. It happens all the time. Show your butt at Rose Hills. They gonna call the cops. Yes, they will, Terrell. Oh yeah, Rose Hills don't play. They don't play. Spring Grove and Cincinnati will shut it down. I believe you, Vanessa. I believe you. Christo, the director stood up in the back by the church and then approached the pulpit. The family had it. He was whooping whooping. Oh, so he was preaching, and the immediate family was grabbing flowers. Shut up. Shut up. Wait, what kills me is when me and John stand in the back of the church because we're letting them know you're out of time. So we're standing there so that way you'll know that you're out of time. We have to do the parting view. Y'all know the parting view takes forever. It takes forever. And if we're on a time schedule and we have to be at the cemetery at a certain time or before a certain time, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that if we're having to rush the parting view? The immediate family goes last. So whose fault is that if we're having to rush them? It's not our fault. Sorry, you have to get to the cemetery at a certain time or before this time. So sorry, dry your tears up. We got to close the casket. No, and that's so rude. I don't like that. That's why we tell these pastors. I know I got pastors and ministers that watch me. Y'all, cut it off. Control the service. Respect the time. Not only respect us, but respect the family. Because the family, they're going to get pissed, but they're going to get pissed at us. They're not going to get pissed at you. They're going to get pissed at us. We're going to take the heat. But what we're going to start doing, we're going to start sending these preachers a bill. Somebody got to take care of the overtime while you up there wanting to hoop. To nobody, to crickets. I'm sorry. Sometimes For the most part, it be crickets. In fact, them people be ready to go. And while you up there getting them revving up, like, wait a minute, I ain't even got to hoop yet. Oh, I was directing a funeral about 3 months ago, and we started at 1:30 and didn't get out shut up until 5 because of the remarks. Terrell, yes. I remember a few years back, we had a service. I don't remember what time it started, but I remember it was like 4 hours long. 3.5, 4 hours long. The service. The preacher, bless his heart, and I say that because, yeah, we've done another family of theirs recently, but bless his heart, he got upset because John let him know about the overtime. He got so upset. He said it was so rude of John to tell him during his loved one service. I can't remember who the person was to them, but he said it was so rude for him to come and tell him about overtime and this, that, and the other. When are we supposed to tell you then? When you get in the bill? When you then you what? I mean, I don't get it. We let you know ahead of time how much time that you have, and at that time we gave them 2 hours, but they went almost 4 hours, you guys. Almost 4 hours. And we like, listen, we have to let you know that you're running into you have ran into overtime. So you let us know what we need to do. Do we need to send the limos on so you don't accumulate anymore, or what? Let us know. And I really hate going to families, especially like when they need like an extra escort or something. Now we let the families know ahead of time. The escorts are not going to move if it's going to be more than this amount of cars, because it's only a certain amount of cars per escort. And I hate being the one to go when the escorts say we're going to need another escort, and I'm like, oh God, because I don't want to be the one to go to tell the family. But it happens. But I'm just saying, you guys gotta, my ministers out there, can y'all not lie? Can y'all tell the truth? Some of them be like, oh no, we gonna be out way before then. Oh yeah. Oh, and that be the main one that be up there trying to hoop and then say, oh, I see the mortician standing there, but I got a word for you guys. And listen, it happens all the time, you guys, all the time. Some of them ain't got no crowd, so that's what it is, Joseph. That is exactly what it is. They get pumped up when they see all these people. They like, woo, I got all these people I can preach to. What about if the pastor is following the order of service and someone gets up to talk that's not on the program? It happens too. That happens. Or they get up to they supposed to be reading an obituary, but they decide, I got a song on my heart. No. No, that is not on the. Me and John be like, wait a minute, is that on the program? Especially John. Oh God, John be cracking me up. Yes, it happens all the time. You telling the truth. I went to a funeral. This is Calvin. I went to a funeral today. We had the bone rush people out of the church. Oh, bum rush people out of the church. That they was taking too long getting to the cemetery, because some cemeteries in Cincinnati, they close at a certain time. I know out here you have to be in the gate before 3:00. But nowadays, since the pandemic, they've been scheduling you. So if you don't come on your scheduled time, you either going to be sitting there waiting, or the mortuary going to have to bring the loved one back to the mortuary. And guess what? That more money. That's more money. Who paying for that? I don't see my clergy coming out their pocket. Oh, but they want their honorarium. And I'm not trying to bash my pastors, because I'm just saying, y'all gotta get better. You gotta do better. Gotta do better. That's all I'm saying. Please do better. Stop prophesying. Is it prophesying or prophesying? What? Prophesying, yeah. I'm telling you, y'all. Oh, we go up front and bring the body right on out. Joseph, Shut up, really? I couldn't do that. And it's me. John will follow my, or if I said to do that, he would, but I can't do it. Keep preaching here. Thank you. Thank you, Joseph. Crystal said it was awkward because we're like, do we leave with the family or stay? Stay and listen to the hooping, huh? Oh my God. But I understood because the sermon was off. It was a show. Yes. The funeral, eulogizing someone. First of all, let me look up eulogy because if I'm not mistaken, it's to speak well of, right? That person. Is that what it is? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up right now. A speech or piece of writing that praises someone or something highly, typically someone who has just died. So, what does that mean? What, baby? What does that mean? That means that is not your time to shine. It is not about you. And I get it. They be saying, this is not for the loved one. It's for the people that's here. Okay, minister to them and move on. Minister and move on. Speak well of and move on. That's why I say words of encouragement or words of comfort, because that's what it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be you preaching to. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get a lot of slack for this, but it's not about you preaching to. It's not. It's not. You're supposed to give comfort, give words of encouragement and comfort to that family. Now, if they ask you, I want you to go in at my so-and-so service. Okay, well, go in. Do what you got to do. Because I've seen it. Hey, I've seen people were shouting at the casket, holding the casket, getting it. But these services was not like that. Crickets. Crickets. Like, speak your piece and sit down. Move on. Crystal, that is hilarious. I would have been going out with the casket. Oh, bye. I make sure to have a conversation with Rev before the service. That's what we do too. Now, when I start moving, you need to be wrapping it up, sir. That's right. Because I don't do this. I don't do this. I don't do none of that. I just stand there because I'm gonna respect my family. I'm gonna be respectful to my family. I'm not gonna. I try my hardest not to rush them, but listen, I got to do my job. And my job is to keep things on time. That's their job as well, but they seem to not, understand their position, their job. So we just try to help them out a little bit. I told the pastor at 3:30, shut it down, and at 4, he still was letting them talk. Oh, see, I had to tell the fam we have to move on, or the mortuary said there wouldn't be a parting view because they have to go. Yes. Yes. Don't hold us up all day. Don't do that. No. Crystal said yes, got mad and went on subliminarily. Subliminarily, did I say that right? About people subliminally. Oh, it's no R right there. You did say that right. About people respecting the man of God in his house. Yes. They will. They will try to make you feel so bad. And you like, wow. Wow. And it irks me because I'm like, wow. It because the family is all of a sudden like, oh wow, they rushing the preacher, they rushing the service. And no, you know that we gave you a specific time. You know what time you supposed to be at the cemetery, or you know what the circumstances are. Why are you acting brand new all of a sudden? Yeah. said, and oh, and how he was gracious enough to allow the family to use the house. It was shady. That is super shady. Bottom line, it's not your time to shine. It's because you got a house full. And I do believe some of these preachers, I'm not saying all, some, maybe a few, not a handful, but a few, feel like that's their way of, being able to minister to a lot of people, which is great. I mean, that's what they want to do, but you got to do it. You have to do it for the right reason. And if your heart, if you doing something like that, or you saying something like that, or even putting the mortuary down, knowing that you were given a time, you were given a time frame in the beginning. To me, that's like you're only doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for the right reasons, and that's to bring and win souls to the kingdom. I'm sorry if I'm standing there and I'm not feeling it, like I don't feel it, nobody else feeling it. It's time to wrap it up. It's time to wrap it up. I'm sure that the loved one in the casket was like, oh my God. As a pastor, I see this all the time. It's sad. Thank you, Gary. What about the 45-minute shout music? Right, Jamil? Right? Those services, thank you, Jesus. I haven't had one in a long time. But I do know what you're talking about. Sometimes, though, y'all will see me like on live or whatever. Y'all see me get into the service because it be that good. But, and if we're not like strict, like if it's a cremation service for one, like a cremation service, that means we're not going to the cemetery. We don't go to the cemetery after. I'll give them a little more time. That's fine. But don't blast us. Don't do that. Especially if we gave you more time and then you blast us by saying, oh, they're rushing me. Are you kidding? Tell the truth and shame the devil. Yes, Lisa. We on our way to the cemetery. We'll see you if you get there. Joseph, man, because funerals are not for the dead, right? They're for the living, to help us to celebrate and accept the will of God that's already been done. You better preach that, Calvin. Lakeisha said the eulogy is about the person, not a show. Thank you, Lakeisha. It don't mean for you to do your thing. Sit down, Reverend. Reverend. I'm almost finished, baby. My baby is rushing me. Cedric said, I think they should be a minimum. It should be a minimum standard charge up front for overtime, and if it's not used, I agree, Cedric. It should be like a deposit. You will get this back. And I'm being serious though. That sounds like a good idea, Cedric. You will get this back if, we don't run into overtime. I agree. I'm going to try that. Tyrone said, real talk. Joseph said, Ray, go on up and open that casket anyway. I have done that once. I have. Actually, that service last week. Was it? Yes, it was. It was the service last week. We went ahead. They did a video. After she went and did her little impromptu preaching, anyway, she had the nerve to say, okay, so now we have a video tribute and a solo. I looked at John. I said, come on. We went down there and we opened up the casket. We did it in a respectful way, though. We did it in unison. We was respectful. No one in the crowd was the wiser. They was just like, oh, okay. So while the video tribute was going on, people were going around and viewing their loved one. Listen, for me at that moment, I was thinking about the family, the fact that they were not going to have enough time for their repast. I was like, yeah, no, it's 1:00. They're going to have less than 2 hours for their repast. Come on, let's open up. Let's do this. Oh, y'all. Levi said, I am here. Hi, Levi. They're right. They see you standing there. They do. They be doing this. Stevie Wonder when we stand in the middle of the aisle. They be acting like they don't see us. Lifestyle said, especially if you have to go to a military cemetery. That's right. Military, they don't play about their time. They don't play. If you don't go there on time, oh, forget it. Don't even think about pulling up in there. It's like, oh, your time was at 1:45. It is now 1:55. We had to move on. So you're gonna have to reschedule. And the military cemetery they are booked out at least like a month in advance, 3 weeks to a month in advance. So yeah, no. It's just all about respect and respecting everybody's time and their money. Because honey, you ain't gonna come out your wallet or your purse and give the money for the extra. Because if we bring back that loved one, that means we're holding that loved one for additional amount of time. Who's gonna pay for that? Right? Is it Tuki? Tuki, what's up with your name? Tuki Boo Channel Catfishing. I finally caught you. Hi, I called you called the mortuary, really? I know, Joseph, in time. He said, "Oh, I wish you could bring me on." In time. I'm still trying to figure that out. If anybody know how I could do that, please let me know. Eulogy means to speak well of, right? Lord, the average funeral in the South is 2 hours long. Rain, sleet, or snow, LOL. Yeah, we used to give our families 2 hours as well in the beginning, but those 2 hours went into 3. So now we just do an hour and a half. I say a lot of places do an hour and a half, including the cemetery, give you an hour, maybe an hour and a half at the most. I said so, and they respect that. So we need to do the same thing, and they need to respect that for us too, because y'all, my Latin, my Latinos, my Latinas, my Hispanics. I want to be politically correct and all of that. I love their services. 45 minutes to an hour tops. That's it. That's it. And there is no, falling over into the casket and all of that stuff. Why? Because they do their viewing prior to. They don't do their viewing. They don't allow for the viewing in the Catholic Church. Most of them don't. I just recently, my mother told me that they did one recently, and they let the casket be open in the church. I was like, really? That was something new to me. But for the most part, they don't. And so the service, 45 minutes to an hour tops. I have never had an issue with none of my Hispanic families running into overtime or being upset because we didn't give them more time or anything like that. No, them priests be in and out, and my Hispanics in and out. They're good with that. It's just my people. It's just that just gotta hoop, gotta holler, gotta shout, gotta gotta sing. So many songs. I told John, I like that song, I Won't Complain, but right now I'm complaining. I'm complaining because how many times has God has been good to me? I'm going to need you to cut this out. No. I'm going to need you to cut it off. Just being honest. Man, y'all think of some other songs that they sing during. Going up yonder. Oh, going up yonder, Jesus. That's another one. No, what's another one though? It's one more. Not I Won't Complain. His eyes on the sparrow. Jesus. He watching over me, and I know. And I know. And I know. Oh, me and John be just looking at each other like, oh my gosh. But if they sound real good, then we'll get with them. But yeah. The deceased is probably even getting bored and from Dennis telling the pastor to wrap it up. Right. Miranda said the pastor should speak no more than 10 minutes. I mean, to me, I told my mother, my service I don't want all that. I don't want all that. Short and sweet words of comfort. I need somebody that knows me very well enough to speak well of me. Don't have nobody that don't like me going up there talking about me. Cause I'm telling you, I will I will hunt each and every one of y'all. I ain't playing. But somebody that can really speak well of me and I can give you guys some words of comfort. That's what I want. I don't want no hooping. I don't want no hollering. I don't want nobody coming to touch my casket if you gonna have me in one. I'm sure she is. Yeah. Because I said I don't mind. I don't mind being cremated. That's a different subject though. But anyways, don't come touch my casket, putting your fingerprints on there, shouting and stuff. I'm telling you, y'all, they do that. They do that. They actually will go physically touch the casket and get their little, what in the world? No. All right. Oh, God is a lot. I'm going to wrap this up. Here in Texas, I have seen people go get lunch and come back to the funeral. Well, I ain't gonna lie, lifestyle. We used to do it all the time. We would send the escorts on a chicken run. Yeah. But yeah, it definitely happens. Walk around heaven. Walk around heaven all day. Yes. Oh, everybody going to heaven, y'all. Everybody that passed on going to heaven. I'm not there. I will dare not judge. Hey, who am I to judge? If you gonna put them in heaven, hey, they might be there. My soul's been anchored. My soul's been anchored. Yes. No. Oh, Jesus. Yes. There's a leak in this old building. Y'all coming up with some good ones. I'm free. Yep. Going up beyond it. Take me to, oh my God. Take Me to the King. I got so sick of that song when it first came out because it was played at every single funeral, whether it was sang, whether it was the song that they did during the procession in, or the song that they did during the parting view, or somebody did a praise dance. I got so sick of that song, y'all. So sick of that song. Yes, that one's done to death. Good night, Keyshawn. Follow the obituary layout and no change. Right? I'm telling you, me and John be like, is this on this not? John be like, Miss Ray, this is not on here. I don't see this on this praise dance. This was an impromptu praise dance. Oh my God. I don't see people shouting at funerals, but I sure do. Really? Oh, do see them falling out and screaming at the top of their lungs. Yeah. We get those a lot too. But yeah, no, they be shouting. They be shouting, y'all. Do they really hold on to Yes! Yes! Yes, they do. On my way home, fit it, Jesus. Huh? Fix it, Jesus? Is that what it is? Fix it, Jesus. I saw someone fall in the grave at the cemetery. Wow, they jumped out quick. LOL. Wow. Touching the casket full of COVID. KP. Vanessa said, that's why I'm saved. That's why I'm saved. Yes. Y'all know I know all these songs. Yes, I sang I'm a stranger, don't drive me away at my mother's home going, I don't know that song, Jeff. And yes, I can blow. Okay. See, that's why I got to get y'all on camera. I think divinity schools should offer minister students specific courses on mortuary science and funeral. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna get through to my ministers. I really hope and pray that some of them look at this and be like, you know what, that be me. That be me. I need to stop that. I need to make sure that the flow goes, just if you feel like you're gonna need 30 minutes to belt out, just Move the service along. Don't let so many people get up and talk. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You can hoop, but at least 20, I say 20, if not 15 minutes. Well, we need at least 20 minutes for parting view, because depending upon the size of the crowd, we need time for the parting view. So you have to make sure that you are giving that family the respect that they need to be able to get the closure that they need at the end, because they go last. So if you're if you're the one in control of the service, and it's it's not our fault if the family is not given the proper time to say their goodbyes. It's your fault. It's your fault. Simple as that. All right, got a couple of more, and then I'm going to wrap this up, guys. The first time I actually experienced a complete and fulfilling service in an hour and a half, shouting, extra remarks, and all, I was like, there are no excuses. It can be done when everyone is on one accord. Crystal, girl, you need a love offering for that. Yes, it can. It can be done. They hold that casket and be going in like they deceased can hear them. Terrell. Speaking of tongues, huh, Terrell? Yeah. Have you ever witnessed someone jumping in the grave? No, never. I've witnessed someone trying to open up the casket at the grave, but no, never witnessed someone jumping in the grave. Hey, Mr. Charles. Hello and blessings, ExquisitelyRay, to you and your mom in every area of your lives. Thank you. Amazing grace. Amazing. Yeah. That's another one. Make contract with the pastor before the service, or make contact with the pastor. Sometimes we try. We try to do that. We ask for the clergy information, but yeah, and we'll talk and see. That's another thing, y'all. Why every minister like to talk, man? Lord Jesus. So yeah, a lot of times, yeah, we'll talk to them, but they talk, we talk and talk and talk and talk. But we try our hardest to make sure that we're all on the same page. But I'm telling you, that's why I be upset when it comes time to, for that day, and I'm looking at them like they acting like we never had a conversation. What is going on? So yeah, I know it's necessary, but I hate altar call at the funeral. Yeah, I agree, especially if it's forced. Now, if someone is really ready to give their life over to Christ at the funeral, I understand. But if you're low key begging, or really appealing extra hard for someone to come to Christ, no, sir, ma'am, wrap that up. Wrap that up. Okay, baby. I'm wrapping it up, boo-boo. My baby she ready to go, y'all. But it is almost 6 o'clock here, and normally we don't leave here until after 6 o'clock because of the traffic situation. So, but she's really ready to go. You okay, baby? You okay? I know. Come here. So, Miss Beverly said hello. Wait, Janelle on here? Janelle's on here? What's wrong? You want me to open this? You gonna lay down? I know. I don't want her on camera, so I'm trying to do this. Just lay down, baby. All right. You happy? Okay. So, put on my robe. Put on my robe and the story. Oh, tell the story how I made it. That's what you talking about? Yeah. They use the funerals to practice their open mic nights. Who said that? Lifestyle. Good night, Michelle. Uh, Dennis, what about when the funeral home has the casket in the hearse, ready to go to the cemetery, and the family is talking outside the church? Yeah. Well, I just tell John, because John, for the most part, he goes to the cemetery without me. So I just tell John, if you get in the car and go, they will go. You know, like Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. If you get in the car and leave, they will leave. So he'd be like, all right. As soon as that hearse leave, everybody, oh, we gotta go, we gotta go. Yeah, yeah, they do that too. All right, guys, that's all. I love rapping with you guys. I love. Wait, hold on, baby. I love talking to you guys. I can talk to you guys all night. Y'all know that. We gonna revisit this topic because I want to talk to my clergy out there. I love my pastors and ministers out there, but I'm gonna need y'all to stop lying. I'm gonna need y'all to stop lying. I'm gonna need y'all to tell the truth. I need y'all to be honest. I need y'all to keep within the time frame and don't be putting it on the mortuary. Don't put the mortuary on blast when you went over time or you allowed the service to flow longer than it was supposed to. It's not the mortuary fault. Don't do that. It's not right. It's not right. So that's all, guys. I love you guys so much. I thank you all for all of the birthday wishes on last week and all of the donations and love tokens. I appreciate all of you so very much. And that's it. My baby is tired, so I gotta wrap it up. Thank you, Terrell. Yes, I'm telling you, somebody help me figure this out so I can get you guys on camera so you guys can talk to me, talk to everybody about your experiences, because that right there, I want you guys to, I want people to know it's not just me. I want to be the word. I want to be the mouth of all my funeral personnel out there. I know y'all be wanting to say certain things. No, baby, lay down. I know you guys be wanting to say certain things. I'll say it for you. Let me be the one to say it for you, because I don't mind. Because some people think that we shouldn't talk about certain things, and that's just not. That's just not who I am. I want to be real. I want to be honest, and that's why I started my platform, so that you guys can see the real and know the real. I'm not gonna be faking and perpetrating and putting on the front and just because of the industry that I'm in or the position that I'm in. No. What, baby? Okay. That's it. I gotta go, guys. I love you guys so much. I thank you. I appreciate you. Like I said, if you know of a way for me to be able to allow you guys to come on, let me know, or to even just be able to call in or something. I don't know how to do it. I I need help. But if you know, hit me up on my email. The link to my email as well as okay, baby. The link to my email and my Patreon and everything is in one link. So, and it's going to be in the description box below this video. Till the next time, I love you guys. Have a blessed and wonderful week. Mwah! Bye bye now.